Okay, so in this video, we'll be talking about our video communication app. As a virtual assistant, there are apps that you are going to be using with your clients, especially for online meetings, classes, for calls, presentation, and recording. And in this category, I have three apps that are commonly used. The first on my list is Google Meet. Then the second is Zoom, and the last one is Loom. All right. Google Meet is best for meetings and you can integrate it with your Gmail or your Google Calendar. Then for Zoom, Zoom is best for large professional meetings or even webinar. And then Loom, you can only use Loom for recording and sharing video tutorials or present or kind of yeah, just for recording and explanation sort of. Okay, so now let's get started with Google Meet. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be explaining it using the mobile app Google Meet. So if you find yourself using the desktop, using Google Meet on desktop, of course, with this explanation, you can navigate your way as well. So let's head on to our store. So if you're using iPhone, you're going to go to your Apple Store. Then if you're using Android, you go onto your Play Store and download Google Meet. All right, so here on my Play Store, you can see I have Google Meet already in my phone. That's why it's showing me open. So if you don't have yours, you're going to either see download or install. So click on it and it will download the app and then you'll be required to sign in with the Gmail. Now, while you're signing in, please make sure you use the email that you want to be identified with so that because that is what the app will be showing you to people as. Okay. Now, so when you're done downloading it, it will show your app. You'll see an interface like this. Okay, so this is how your interface will look like. Now, you might not see this on your own because I just scheduled the meeting like 59 minutes ago. So you might not get to see that. All right. So now let's walk through the whole interface and so I can explain to you how everything works. Now let's go to settings. Under settings, you have your general setting, your history, notification, and block users. Now let's go to the general settings so we can see some settings. So here is where you make all the general settings you want to do. And I think it's best you leave it the way the Google Meet kept it. So back to our settings here, notification. I think under notification, it's best you leave it like this because if you're someone who is going to be using Google Meet often, you don't want to keep it silent because if you click here and keep it silent, that means if you get notification, you won't be notified. So it's better you leave it at the default setting where it can ring or vibrate based on your device settings. So scrolling down, you have a lot of settings to do, but if you want to, if this is going to be your main app of communication, you might want to go down here and make your selections. There are a lot of things you might want to off, and there are a lot of things you might want to put on. So that is it. And back to our settings. Here is where you find the list of your block users. Okay, so we're done with our settings. Okay, now let's head on to okay, for this place, your help and feedback, that is where you get your help and feedback, just like that. Now let's say you joined Google Meet and a link was sent to you to join a meeting. All you need to do is to click on here. When you click on the search bar, what you need to do is to put the ID, the meeting ID here. You copy and paste the meeting ID here, and it will require and it will bring out a dialog box that will require you to click on join, and that is it. You will join the meeting, as simple as that. So but on the other hand, let's say you are the one who is trying to create a meeting. Maybe your client say you should create a meeting with a client. You should create a meeting on Google Meet. So the first thing you want to do is to go to new down here. You click on new down here. Now you have the option of creating link, okay, And if the client wants you to schedule it, maybe you want you to schedule it for later in the day, you schedule here. And if there's a chance to make a group call, this is where you make a group call. Now, let's go ahead and click create link. You click on create link and it brings out this. Now you see you have your link here. This is where you have your link. This is where you can copy it. And here, this is where you can share the link. Let's say after you've done creating the link, you go ahead to click on share. When you click on share, it's going to bring out options based on the apps you have in your phone. WhatsApp, you can share it on WhatsApp. You can share it on other applications on your phone with people who would you would want to join. And let's say you have created a meeting and it gets to time for the meeting to happen. Let's say it's a meeting that was scheduled for some time and it gets to time for the meeting to happen. This is where you just go, you click on join and you join in the meeting. So here is dismiss. That is when you're done creating your meeting, when you're done maybe copying the link and you're done sharing it, you can just dismiss. When you click on dismiss, the whole thing will close. Right. So let's check out the one of scheduling. Now you might want maybe a client say you should schedule a meeting for 6 p.m. later in the day. Now you click on schedule. So it's going to open this interface for you, okay? So to start scheduling a Google Meet with a client, let's say for example, you want to first add the title for the meeting, the purpose of the meeting. Why the meeting? Is it to give you some tasks, or is it to onboard you, or whatever? So after writing the title, you will now select any of this category that suits the purpose of the meeting, whether it's an event or a task or is for a birthday. All right, so you can see my name is showing right here with my email. So that is why I say use a good email address. Okay, something that puts you up out the right way, because I see some email that have funny names and I wonder people still use this to look for job. Try to create an email that keep you, that position you right. So now, if the event is going to take for the whole day, you can on this. But if it's because when you on this, it removes the option to select time. But if it's not going to take for a whole day, like the client say, I should book it for 6 p.m. All right, 6 p.m., not a.m. Now, this is where a lot of VA gets confused. Understand their a.m. and 6 and p.m. And if their time runs into 13, 14, 15, 16, understand what's where the PM and the AM are. So I'm going to be showing you that right now. So since I'm going to book in a 1 hour meeting and it's going to start by 6 p.m., I'll off this. So I'll have the option to select it. So I'll click on this place. All right. Now remember we are booking this appointment for 6 p.m. I'm not going to select this 6. Okay. This 6 right here is AM. All right, so I'm going to be selecting the 18 inside. So I'll be taking the 18. So the 18 is PM. So 00 up there. You click on here and select your 00. Then you click on OK. You can see the meeting is being scheduled for 30 minutes. All right, you can see it here. It's from 6 o'clock to 30. So I'm going to still change the second one. So it's a 1 hour meeting. So I'm going to make it 7 o'clock. All right, so 7. Okay, so the meeting is supposed to be a 1 hour meeting. It's going to start by 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. And then another issue here, this is my own time zone. So if you're working with a client in New York, for example, you click on this, select your client's time zone. Let's say New York. Okay, New York is GMT -4. You select it. Okay, now this will work with your client's time zone, the location of your client. Okay, it will work with their time zone, and that is it. The meeting is scheduled. Okay, so here you get notification before 30 minutes. So let's move on to okay, when you're done doing this, click on save, please. Click on save. So you can see our meeting up here. Our meeting is up here for my own time. You can see when it's showing for my own time. My own time for this meeting now is from 11 o'clock to 12 midnight. So I'm going to be awake to attend this meeting. But for the client, it's from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. So you see, be careful of your time zone. So many VAs have made mistake with their time zone. So that is it for here. Now we're done schedule. We've spent so much time with that scheduling part. So this Google Meet, it has taken us to Google Calendar, okay? That is why I said Google Calendar is integrated in Google Meet, okay? So now let's go back. Click your back button on your distance, then to take you back to your Google Meet. These are the two meetings I created. You remember the first one? The first one was the one I just created a link, and this one was the one I scheduled, okay? Now, let's say you want to share your link with your clients, okay? Because after scheduling the link, after scheduling the meeting, you need to share the link with your client. So you click on the link. All right. So when you click on the link, all you need to do is to pull up this button, okay? You just pull it up like this, and then you copy the link here. See the link here? All right, you click on it and copy it. It's copied already. Then you share it with your client. You send it via message or any medium you guys use to interact. That's how you share the link. So when the time reaches, he or she will join you in the meeting. That is how you do it. All right, so let me show you how the interface works right here. Now, when you're done sharing the link, and let's say the time for the meeting has reached, now this is where you click to join. So this is what your screen will look like when you start a Google Meet with someone. All right, don't mind all these things here. Okay, if you want to, maybe there's someone else you want to invite, you can just click on that share invite, or you can go ahead and copy the link up there. Meanwhile, let's just check out all these things we have down here, all these features we have down here. You can see here we have the video option. Here you can mute yourself. Here we have some emojis, and here you have some more options which we'll be looking at much later. And the last one is where you can end the call. And up here is where you can copy the link, like I said earlier. So that is all for this. So let's say you invited someone and the person wants to join you on Google Meet. If the person click on the link, you're going to get a dialog box like this. And all you need to do is either deny entry or you admit, okay? You deny entry if you are not sure of who wants to join, but you admit entry and the person will come live with you. With the camera off, this is how it's going to look like, right? This is like you and your client having um, Google Meet together. You can check more options here. All right. You can also check more options on these three lines, three dots here. All right. The options you can pin, you can remove, you can put a full screen, or you can cancel, or you can close your video. That's don't watch. All right. You can also check more options right here. Okay. For your own video, you can minimize your video or you make your video full screen. All right. So that'll be all for our Google Meets. See you in the next video.